Okay, so it seems like I've been going through this crazy roller coaster. Am I gonna make it? Am I not? What is gonna happen? I know, Skittles, I know. I don't even know. What is up, guys? Today is June 27th, 2020. We are at the 2-week mark from the show that I decided to pick earlier this season, obviously because the shows have finally opened back up. So yay! Unfortunately or fortunately or whatever, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. So 2 weeks out, you know, and I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys in this whole conversation, because it does happen where, you shoot for a show and unfortunately things happen and you cannot make it, and it's a part of the process. And you know, like, it kind of shows that, you know, it doesn't matter how many years you've been doing this, you know, how often you've been, you know, competing or whatever the case is. Oh, you guys were wondering who that is back there? That's Joey, who may or may not be in this video. Anywho, so just a little recap. I started my prep back May 16th. So it's been, what, babe, 6 weeks now or so? Yeah. It's been 6 weeks since I started. The process, I started off at 127.2 pounds. Currently at 119.9. And here are my check-in pictures, so you guys can, my videos, so you guys can see how I'm looking right now. And I'm, you know, excited that I finally dropped. Unfortunately, my drop has been quite slow from when I started, and it's kind of come into the point where, like, so I'm, you know, just to kind of like put into perspective, I'm 119.9. Yes, these decimals count. I'm not gonna round up to 120. No, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? No, 119.9. The goal was to get down to around 117, 118. So I'm fairly close. However, based on how my whole progress has been, since it's been slow, I don't know if I'll have enough time to make it to the stage where I'll look better than I did last year. I definitely have put on a good amount of muscle. My body's differently conditioned, and I know that once I lean out, I'm gonna look very, very different than I did last year. And I wanna make sure that when I do step on stage, I do come in looking my best, better than I did last year. I don't wanna come in looking bad and then pretty much just keep on doing shows just to get better, kind of like what I did last year where PJ was trying to figure my physique out. Luckily though, and then here's the thing about preps, guys. You know, like, every single prep is going to be very, very different. So it doesn't matter, like, every single year that I've competed, my prep has been different. Like, things have worked better, other things have worked best, and I've found things that have worked faster or slower, or, you know, there's just so many little things that go into a prep. So, okay, so let's just jump into this. The first 4 weeks, I lost a total of 5.5 pounds, which is still pretty good. And then based on that, I was supposed to pretty much just keep on dropping from there. And, you know, based on that timeline, it seemed like I was gonna make it. Unfortunately, I kind of hit like a stall, and I think the reason, okay, the biggest thing was I went from like 123.5 one day, and then I dropped down to 121.7. I was like, okay, awesome, we've dropped. We're gonna keep on making progress. It's going to happen. And my weight actually spiked up. So it seemed like it was like a fluke from adding in an extra low carb day. And then my weight went back up to like 122.6, 122, and it just kind of stood there. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? And it wasn't until, when was it? The 22nd, when we decided to, you know, switch up my macros a little bit on my high carb days, and, you know, bring down the calories on that day a bit lower. And I decided on this past Tuesday, on the 23rd, to pretty much switch up my training style. So basically I went from, you know, doing the regular bodybuilding style that I was doing, where it was like, you know, legs, upper body, legs, upper body, and then just continuing that on. And I did cardio on top of that. I switched it up where like now my training is more of like cardio based, it's more HIIT based. And I noticed, you know, a huge thing that happens with my physique is like my heart rate is always like, especially once I get at my lower body fat percentage, like it doesn't go higher than 70. So I struggle with sweating, I struggle with burning fat, and you know, the thing that really helps me burn the most fat, sweat, and get that really good pump and actually even put on size is doing those HIIT exercises. So I started doing that on Tuesday. So they're about an hour, like an hour and some long, like depending. I try to hit a certain amount of calories on my Apple Watch to make sure that I'm, you know, moving forward. And, you know, starting on this, so today's Saturday, starting on Monday, I was 122 pounds. So my weight decided not to move since last week. It was like pretty much stagnant. And from there, you know, the next day I went down to 121.7. I was like, okay, cool, I'm moving. And that's when I decided to like start like the total body HIIT. From there, my body just responded, and I went from 121.7 to 121.1. I'm like, okay, cool. And then that's when PJ decided to also lower down my my calories on my high day, and then I went from there. And then like my body just consistently kept dropping, where yesterday I was 120.3 and then today I was 119.9. And I am super excited about the fact that things are moving. However, based on how my body has responded in the past, we don't know what it's gonna do. My body does become a little bit stubborn at times, and I do feel that I am, you know, physically burning more fat, and I do feel that I might be able to make it to the show, but I'm not quite sure though. My goal right now, I'll just freaking round up, 120. I need to drop at least 3 pounds to make it to be at least as good as I was last year. My goal obviously is to be better, so I feel like I need to be a little bit lower, condition my physique and everything else. So let's put it at 3 pounds. Will 3 pounds be doable in 2 weeks? Absolutely. Will my body respond? I don't know. So the goal is to, you know, I have until next Friday to decide if I'm doing the show or not. So based on that, you know, I'm obviously gonna keep on killing it, keep on doing things, and you know, hopefully I can make it to the show and sign my contract and do it. If for some reason I cannot, then you know, like I'm just gonna keep on pushing, pretending like I'm doing the show, and then shoot for Tampa Pro, which is 5 weeks from now. So it's gonna be August 1st. Excuse me, mister. Just drinking a lot of water. But anyway, I know you guys wanted an update, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm doing my 3-day slow right now, doing a high day, refeed day, where we pretty much brought down my carbs and brought up some fats, and that's been doing really, really well for me. I actually don't know how many calories I eat on those, so stay tuned for maybe a video on my refeed days. And then my training and my diet, my cardio have been the biggest change, and I feel like that's besides the calories. I feel like the amount of effort and exertion that I'm putting out is what's really helping me out. So with that being said, you know, I'm doing the total body HIIT for my training, and then I'm doing 70 minutes of cardio, so 40 to 50 minutes on the stairs, and then 10 to 20 minutes on the elliptical. He's so vocal. So pretty much I'll pretty much like overplay some of the clips of me doing my workouts. It's like, ah, that's me, yay! And so hopefully things do go well and I can do the show. And if I can't, it is what it is. Am I upset? No, you know, like things happen, and we thought that my body was going to respond differently how it had in the past, and unfortunately I decided not to want to go that direction. PJ has been an amazing coach. He's been pretty much listening to me this whole time, and I spoke to him like 2 days ago, and he was like, you know what, Steph, I think we need an extra week. We should not shoot for this show, but today we're like, after seeing how much I've progressed in the last 4 days, he's looking a little bit more optimistic. on it. So I guess we'll see by next Friday, and I'll give you guys an update on that. But once again, this goes to show you never know what's happening. My recommendation to anyone, especially that I've coached in the past, is like you want to wait until the last possible minute to sign up for a show. I had a girl last year who, at the beginning of this year, I mean, she was planning to do a show in March, and she decided to go ahead and right off the bat, I think she was like 12 weeks out, she signed up for the show. I'm like, no, you're crazy, don't do that. Like, you don't never know what happens. You know, you can get sick. She's like, oh, I'm a healthy person, this and that. And then what happened? Like, the pandemic came around, and she pretty much had to like stop like her prep, and we had to do a whole different thing. So, you know, and that goes to show, always, you know, listen to your coach whenever they tell you things. And then two, you know, like if there's for some reason you're not gonna make it, don't worry guys, like there's gonna be more shows. Just keep on pushing and don't fall off your diet and you're training your cardio. Like that's where most people fall off, and that's where the mistakes come in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to hear any other updates or any way that my brain works on any topic, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one.